Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88. Back again with another live stream for you. This is the Balcony Chronicles on a Saturday, beautiful Saturday morning, mid morning, early afternoon. Found this gem at my cigar lounge, Series 040 Cheeto, hand rolled Dominican joint. The chick is an owner, Angelina, owns the cigars, who owns the company. I gotta say, this is a very damn good Dominican hand rolled cigar. This is. Let me show you how it burns. Look how it's burning. Now you can tell this is a good hand rolled cigar the way it's burning, and it has a flavor. It has a smoky light flavor to it, which I like. Here's some coffee notes and cocoa notes. Mm. Mm. Filler is Dominican tobacco. Man, this is a damn good cigar. I got it. The cigar I had last night, the Blue Series of AJ Fernandez. I wasn't really impressed with that. But with this one, I'm very, I took it as a five for 40 in a pack, and so far I'm impressed with the other assorted cigars. So this is going to be my new favorite cigar. I'm just going to have to try to find it and probably fill up my humidor with this cigar. Mm. Mm. So how's everybody doing today? Hope that everybody's doing very well. I'm not going to keep y'all too long because I know y'all got better things to do than listening to an old man rant. Now, I got to touch on my rant last night. And Martel the Cool, what's up, my brother? I saw your comment. I just didn't get a chance to get at you, man. I hope you're still doing content, man. I'm here. So anyway, just wanted to touch on Charlie Kirk. Like I said last night, I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know anything about the dude. All I know is that there was a hit. I know it was a hit. It was an assassination attempt. It was an assassination, actually. This morning when I was doing my run with my mother this morning, I was listening to a little bit of his speaking engagement at Washington State University. Now, the guy has a lot of rhetoric. He does make a lot of sense on policy, but I just don't know. I hear from other people about his racism, white supremacy, so I'm just going to hold off on it. He may be a white supremacist. I don't know. He may have those white supremacist talking points where out of his mouth he's been talking crazy about black folks, especially black Americans. But if he's talking about if he's referring to the nappy-headed urban terrorists, I might have to agree with him. And you may have to agree with him too. I don't know anything about the guy, so I can't really say. But all I hear from other black folks and other black content creators that he's been saying a lot of greasy shit about black Americans. The one thing that sticks up their craw is that DEI. That's what sticks in their craw. But do you know what DEI really is? It's just really another form of affirmative action. And I know during the 80s that white folks had to bug up their ass about affirmative action. You know. to the point where white writers for what's happening in different strokes have aired episodes of affirmative action in reverse, where on the different strokes episode, Todd Bridges' character, Willis, is friends with a white guy that's on a basketball team. And after tryouts, Willis was probably the best basketball player on the team, but he got cut in favor of a white guy, his white friend. So they tried to throw shade into saying that affirmative action is not fair, it discriminates against all white folks, and they aired it in the fact that, let's have, cut the best black basketball player in favor for a white person. And that's not what it really was about. It was about just getting in the door, the opportunities. But I never really was a big fan of affirmative action anyway. Labeling anybody that is in a position of power as being a DEI or affirmative action hire. How you know he or she got that job based off of his skin color? Didn't he just do the work and did the hard work and knew the right people in the right places and got the job that way? Stupid motherfucker. It's called doing things. It is called networking, my nigga. It's called being in the right place at the right time. It's being good at your job, good enough that higher ups know who the fuck you are. They know who you are and they know what you're capable of. It's about leveling the playing field, where undoubtedly the playing field is, they just want it all for white folks to enjoy the benefits of their labor. You have to be, in essence, you have to be white in order to be in a higher position. Now, it may sound ignorant on my part. It may sound, but that's what y'all want. If that wasn't the case, why are you complaining? What is the problem? But you also got to think about it like this. How did this guy, Charlie Kirk, at 30 years old, made a fortune talking hot cash shit? Okay, you gotta understand how he made his money, people. You always gotta follow the money in this country. Fuck racism. Fuck the white supremacy. How did this motherfucker make his money? He made his money talking shit. And he was good at talking shit. To the point, everybody on both sides of the political coin is chipping out. See, I don't really give a fuck about the guy anyway, one way or the other. I don't know the guy. I don't know what he does for a living. I know he's one of those think tank. He's one of those guys that graduated from the think tank and made a fortune out of talking shit, talking bullshit. Never really done anything. I don't believe he has ever done anything or made any change or anything like that politically or economically for anybody in his circle. So he just made his money doing nothing and talking shit, talking about nothing. Or saying what the regular white folks are just saying, about the direction that this country is going. See, they don't want to have they don't want to have a black and brown country. Right? And that's what it's all about. fear of a black planet, the fear of a black country here in the United States. It's still going to be white run, but they just don't want to share. They just don't want to. They just don't want to share the pie, the pieces of a pie with a brother like myself or a young brother like myself. Well, old man. Hey, listen, I'm a middle-aged man. There's nothing that they can do to me now that they can't do to me later. I mean, I can check out at any time. Black man in my 50s, shit. I can check out at any time, my brother. So, who was he getting paid by? How did he make his money? What is his business model? What does this motherfucker do to gain so much notoriety? Why is he on a college tour talking to college kids about his rhetoric? See, I don't know what his rhetoric is. I don't know. All I'm hearing from the black folks that he has said some white supremacist shit. He had to start talking about Tamir Rice. He's talking about urban gangs where, black folks in gangs in these urban cities, which I don't believe he lives in these cities. He lives in suburbia. Probably in a gated community, away from the niggers, and probably away from the white trash as well. But the guy, it's ironic, because if it is the case, if he spent a whole lot of time talking about black folks, the plight of black folks, and black violence, it's ironic that he got murked by a white man. And I seen the guy that the police captured in his assassination. That would be a white guy. So if that is the case, then it's just a weird situation. It just sounds like it's a weird situation, and black folks, you really shouldn't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck about him and his family, because their family made money off of his rhetoric, was anti-black rhetoric. So fuck him, if that was the case. But I like I said, I don't know anything about it. I think he's just a bitch ass mother white nigga. That's just my personal opinion. But que sera, sera. Right. I know I did. God bless him. I hope he's burning in hell or he's in heaven. I don't know where the fuck he is. Don't give a fuck. So what am I going to talk about today? Because I saw a post. Because I don't want to talk too much about that punk ass bitch. But let me go ahead and talk about this post I saw this morning about this man who proposed to his girlfriend about, I think, 42 times over a 7-year period until she finally said yes. So this is what we're doing. We're doing Steve Urkel. We're coming into the next era of simply being the next Steve Urkel. Chasing a broad down that doesn't want you. That's essentially what it is. The bitch does not. Let me tell you something, fellas. The bitch do not like if she's not going to marry. Because all bitches want to get married. Trust me. She want to get married, but not to you. Trust me. Because I'll tell you this story because I met a server at Buffalo Wild Wings out in Harlem, which no longer exists anymore because they closed down years ago. And the server, her name was Tiffany, and she was petite. She was a petite, exotic-looking young lady. I mean, she had the hair, the skin. I couldn't even tell. I thought she was a Puerto Rican, but it turns out that she was both. She was mixed with black and Greek. Now I'm like saying to myself, how the fuck did that happen? But she was extremely beautiful, and I'm like, yeah. I said hello to her one time, and then we made eyes, and then, you know, we were making googly eyes at each other. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. But I didn't. But see, I think she appreciated me because I didn't come at her like, hey, bitch, what's your number? I want to talk to you. I want to take you out. I just talked to her. I just asked her about her day, asked her about her family. I just have a normal conversation. As soon as we met eyes, she found out that she loved black men. I was like, what? Hold on. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I gotta explore this. Because at that time, I didn't know she was racially ambiguous at that time. I didn't know if she was a half-breed. I didn't know if she was a Puerto Rican. I didn't know if she was a Dominican. I didn't know if she was Latina. I didn't know if she was a Creole girl or I didn't know. So that's why I had to ask, where are you people from? She was born and raised in New York City. Half black, half Greek. I don't know how that happened. I thought she was probably Italian. I was like, okay, I can roll with Italian. You know, the dark-skinned Italians, those are one of my favorites. Sicilian. Kind of like Sophia Loren. I was like, the Sophia Loren look. I was like, all right, cool. Not these shitty little women that grew up in Bensonhurst. I don't want none of that. I want a Sophia. If I'm gonna go out with an Italian chick, man, it has to be a Sophia Loren type, all right? With the dark skin, the hair, and the body, and the booty. Ooh-wee. Lord have mercy. Even at 90, she can still get it. But I ain't trying to go after no 90-year-old woman. I have my limits, all right? So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Now, anyway, old girl Tiffany, I was talking to her and then I found out that she was a stripper. And she told me she has a boyfriend. And she told me that he proposed to her twice and she said no. And I'm like, why are you saying no? What's going on? Because I didn't understand life at that time. That was 10 years ago. So I have a few, look, I understand more about women now than I did back then. I know they ain't shit. A lot of them ain't shit. Trust me. So they need to submit to a man, not to a male, but to a man. Because these women nowadays, they're not built to be like men or act like men or to make money like men. They're not built like that. So they need to submit to a man. Okay? You can go anywhere around the world. The women are going to be pretty much the same. You got to be a man in order to get with them. All right? You can't be no weak bitch. If you're a man, a woman will submit to you. Trust me. She will be making you your sandwich after you get the pussy. She will get up and make you a sandwich. All right? But she didn't. I just didn't like. She just didn't like the guy, and I did meet the guy, and he was totally different from what she liked, or what her preference was. She loved black men. It happens to be an Asian brother who had a lot of money. The guy had money. I'm not saying he was rich, but he had money from his family business or businesses. So she was with him only for the money. She didn't like him. He bought her an SUV, a truck, and she was. And like I said, I sit down and talk to these women. See, that's what you guys gotta do. You gotta talk to these women. You ain't gotta try to dick them down. All right. Talk to them and try to understand where their perspective. Because that stood out. And I said to her, I don't think you like the guy. I don't think you like him. I was saying it to myself. I didn't say it to her because I didn't really know her like that. You say, I don't think you like the guy. Because if you like the guy and you like the direction of where this relationship is, you would have been married to him a long time ago. You would have been married a long time ago to this guy. You wouldn't be serving wings to me, pretty as you are. You wouldn't be stripping anymore. Because if you're a man, you can make a woman give up her stripping job. You can make her give up her job. You can change her life. If you were a man. And if you're a male like Russell Wilson, listen, I'm going to leave him alone because his nose is wide open. He loves his woman. And he thinks his woman loves him. But we're going to find out in a few years when he stopped playing football. We'll find out. But, I don't think she likes the guy. I don't think she likes him. She may love him. She had his children, but I don't think she likes the guy. And he's up here running around adopting another man's child, man, and giving him his last name. Big mistake, my brother. Big mistake. That's something I wouldn't do. I would never give a child that's not even mine my last name unless I adopted him from birth. And even then, okay? When they turn 18, I'll let them know early that, hey, you were adopted, but hey, you're mine. We're yours. You're mine. Your family. To me, you're a Washington. Oh, shit. God damn it. I gotta edit that shit out. Hold on, let me stop this for a minute. What's up, Marcos Cordero? What's up? My name is Preston. Just another day. What's going on? All right. Just another day. Blame the Jews and myself. Hey, man, fuck you, man. Let me get you the fuck up out of here. Let me get you the fuck out of here, man. We ain't gonna be talking about Jew boys now. We're not gonna be doing that. Not today. Not today. Not today. I'm the only one that's supposed to be Crazy shit. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna clean up the language here on my channel. I'm still gonna be saying bull. I'm gonna be talking shit. But we ain't gonna be talking about the other people on my channel. I want to keep my channel, all right? So anyway, getting back to Ciara, I don't think she likes the guy. She never really talks about the guy. She never really seems very revered to have a man like that in his life, in her life. He was better off hanging out with. He was better off sticking with that white woman, man. Because they will be able to fake it until they make it, until they get the money. But like I said, that's an example. Russell Wilson is an example of being a male. I like the guy, but he's all sprung and in love. When it should be the other way around. The woman should be in love with you. She should be making you her sandwich. I mean, she should be making you a sandwich. Every time you walk in the door, she would say, "Hey, can I have a sandwich? You want a sandwich? Are you hungry? You this, that, and the other?" You gotta be a man and walk away from bitches. Especially bitches that you don't even like. Or bitches you suspect don't like you. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And then you got this clown proposing to this woman 47 damn times. It took her 47 times to say yes. "47 times to say yes to your dumb ass. You ought to be ashamed. You ought to be ashamed of yourself by chasing after a woman. I don't chase women. You chase money, but you don't chase women. All right? Because 99% of them are whores anyway. All right? "99% of them are whores because they use sex to get whatever they need, free food, utility bills paid, mortgage paid, car note paid. Okay? There are hundreds and hundreds of reasons why a woman will sleep with you. And it's rarely that it's because she likes you, or it could be that. It could be that she likes you or she's attracted to you, and she wants to drop the drawers on you. At the end of the day, you got to be a man. And if you don't know what that is, then I can't tell you. I'm not your daddy. You got to figure it out. It took me a minute to figure it out. And being a man, one thing what being a man is not about is laying up with no woman. Laying up with no woman in her house. Living off of a woman on her money. Get your own money. Get your own house. Get your own money. Get up off of your ass, man. Go get your CDL. Go drive some trucks for a minute. Let me see where we are, because I ain't gonna be on here too long. Because I got shit to do today. All right. It's almost at the half an hour mark. So I'm going to sign it off. I'm going to sign off for a minute. But I'm just going to say, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you drink, do not drive. And if you do drive, get a designated driver or take Uber home. Because it ain't worth it doing a DUI. It's not the 1980s where you can go to a bar, drink, and drive home on a prayer. But listen, let me get on out of here. This is Talking Crazy 88, and I am out of here. And black folks, black men, let's be careful out there, all right?